Hey folks, now we're going to be talking about another King Kong movie. So this is the King Kong that came out in 2005 with the director of Peter Jackson. So Peter Jackson was the one that who directed that film. See, this is it right here. King Kong movie, and this is Peter Jackson right here, the film director. And here. And then King Kong, the one in 1976. Captain says, I know the day you completed your toilet training, now you have to work off your room and board. You're pretty good with your camera, right? Jack says, I've snapped a few monkeys. Captain says, Congratulations, you're now this expedition's official photographer. Ann Darrow says, Harry had discovered me. He was going to put me in a movie he was making in Hong Kong. Are we headed to Singapore? Not directly, ma'am. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm in no rush. Harry probably wouldn't have put me in that movie anyway. I mean, I'm in no rush. Harry probably wouldn't have put me in that movie anyhow. Oh my god. What a meaningful miracle. Do you realize that I owe my life to a movie? Is that so? Anne, Anne says, I swear to God, you see, Harry was showing this film that I refused to watch, and that's why I was on deck when the yacht exploded. And Anne says, another different part of the movie, like in a different scene of the movie. Ann Darrow says, I wish I wish you wouldn't go ashore tonight. I think it Jack says Jack says, You think it better be you think it'll be better to watch some old movie with the crew? And Darrow says, Of course not. Jack says, There's nothing else to do on the ship. And Darrow says, Well, use your imagination. Executive producer. The executive producer is the person who sources and secures the financing for a film production, either through an independent financing company through a studio or by financing it themselves. The executive producer's biggest priority is making sure there is enough money to complete the project. Ice Cube was an executive producer of of many of these films, as well as the 2015 biopic Straight Outta Compton. Reginald Hudlin, who wrote and directed the original film starring hip hop duo Kid and Play, will serve as executive producer alongside, which is DC Young Fly, the rapper and the actor. And then, see here. It's a lot of explanations here. Okay, here we go. Executive producer, one of the top positions in the making of entertainment product. He became an executive producer of many series for television. He is an executive producer for this movie. He writes the story of the movie. Executive producer means it's a chief administrator of producer. I'm going to be the executive producer of a big movie. One person can be acting and producing in movies. Executive producer, TV producer type. Executive producer is one of the top positions in the making of a commercial entertainment product. Depending on the medium, the executive producer may be concerned with management, accounting, or associated with legal issues. Alright, so this is the King Kong movie right here since 1976. I got this one came out in 1976. This one came out in 2005 right here. So one of those executive producers, which is Steven Spielberg, is the director and the producer. Michael Bay is the director and the producer. So Steven Spielberg is the executive producer, and Michael Bay is the executive producer. Producers and directors, which is Tim Story and Ridley Scott. So Tim Story is the movie director, and Ridley Scott is the movie director. And so another one here. Drake is the rapper, is the executive producer on the show. Drake is the rapper, is the executive producer on the show, which is that. One person and everybody will be directing and producing. Vin Diesel is a producer and a director and an actor and of course the writer. In an interview with MTV's Rap Fix Live, the New York MC revealed that Wayne will be executive producing his album, which is Lil Wayne. I executive produced the album. It's the first time that an artist trusted in me and understood my vision, which is by Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. He executive produced Bad Bunny's #1 album. It's called El Último Tour del Mundo. Executive producer is one of the top positions in the making of a commercial entertainment product. She was the executive producer of the TV series. Executive producer is the person that financed the show and have final say on everything. That's the money man in charge. As the executive producer, Steven Spielberg had final say in the movie details. Brandon was the executive producer for Cameron's debut album. Executive producer is one of the top positions in the making of a commercial. Entertainment product. What are the contents of this telephone call which comes so rapidly to the executive producer? So, Kong, Skull Island, made in 2017. See that? Kong, Skull Island, which is pure action of this film here. And so that guy says, isn't shooting a mapping mission a step down for a photojournalist? Journalist. Isn't shooting a mapping mission a step down for a photojournalist? The girl says, the right photo can help shape opinions. You don't strike me as a mercenary. Captain Conrad says, you don't strike me as a war photographer. The girl says, anti-war photographer. Conrad says, isn't it odd? The most dangerous places are always the most beautiful. Girl says, I'm trying to take a long exposure photograph, but my flashlight broke. So, from that movie called Crazy Rich Asians. So you're going to see it. So this is the movie called Crazy Rich Asians. Right here. See that? Crazy Rich Asians. That's the movie. It's the beautiful romantic Asian movie that took place in Singapore. Next says, well, there's my cousin Alistar, based in Taiwan, works in movies. And director says, and cut! While those two guys were fighting each other, because that's the movie that they're making in the movie. Next says, he's dating Kitty Pong, an actress. Alistar says, Kitty, Alistar, you like it? I was feeling very, very the emotions. Can you feel it? Alistar says, oh, I can feel all of you and all of me. And Kitty moans. Two Chinese men speaking Mandarin. Mandarin as in Chinese. Because they were speaking Chinese to each other. But I don't know what they're saying, but you know, but I don't speak Chinese, but I read it through the English subtitle through the movie. And then it says, she's terrible. Can we get someone else? And the other guy says, he's financing the whole movie. You tell him his girlfriend sucks. Eddie says, Russell, thank you so much. It's an honor to be photographed by you. The photographer says, my pleasure. People will love it in the next Hong Kong Vogue. This word co-producer. A co-producer is a side producer as a helper, someone who produces something with somebody else. Meaning they aren't the only one producing. A co-producer is someone who produces a project with another producer. Andy is the co-producer of the movie. A co-producer helps create a film. He is the co-producer of this movie. A co-producer is the backup for the producer to work together for the movie. A co-producer is typically a line producer who has also performed a substantial portion of the creative producing function. Alternatively, they may be the lead producer from another production company that is co-producing the film, or a partner or corporation or corporate officer from the production entity producing the film. Costume designer. A costume designer is a person who designs costumes for a film, stage, production, or television show. The role of the costume designer is to create the characters, outfits, costumes, and balance the scenes with texture and color, etc. What is a costume designer? A costume designer is the individual in charge of designing the clothing elements worn by actors in a film or stage production. Costume designers possess a similar skill set to that of traditional fashion designers, but most also satisfy the unique demands of signing clothes for theater or film. Costume designer. A person who designs costumes. A person is designing a costume. A costume designer helps create different costumes. She is the costume designer for the Halloween event. A costume designer is a person who designs a costume. A costume designer is someone who designs clothes for the movie and for the play. They did a play for the Wizard of Oz at the school since elementary and middle school. The Wizard of Oz is like a parody. They design or create a costume for the play. A music supervisor. A music supervisor is a person who combines music and visual media. According to the Guild, how do you say? I don't know how to say that word. Let's see. Guild. According to the Guild of Music Supervisors, a music supervisor is a qualified professional who oversees all music-related aspects of film, television, advertising, video games, and other existing or emerging visual media platforms as required. Career communities. Music supervisor. Film, TV, video games. Music supervisors artfully select and license pre-existing songs and recordings for use in movies, television shows, and video games. Music. So, music by whoever, which is music. Music by, which is when somebody made the music for the movie. Music is the name of the singer or the rapper who did the song for the movie. Someone who is in control of the sounds and lyrics and rhythm and patterns in music, like a DJ. They manage what is being played and all the things that are used to play it. The guy got hired to be the music supervisor. And then that's it. It's over. Over. Hope you guys enjoy all the lessons.